Yay.
Yay, we started. We did it.
And
And I'm assuming the audio is good. And we'll find out. I don't really have a thing planned for the couple minutes while people filter in, so...
You should show that trailer for that fucking weird game that you built.
Which
for
game?
Dust 2. For not Dust 2.
Oh, for that
yeah.
game. Yeah.
Oh, that game is great.
Oh, God,
I want it so bad.
What is it called again? Like
Never Stop Sneaking.
Never Stop Sneaking.
That does look like it's gonna be. I'm very, very into that. And I was like,
me too.
Like literally, we were talking about Dust, and like I was like, I wonder what he's up to. And I found him linking on his own Twitter that trailer. He's like, this is what I've been working on. It's gonna launch. And I clicked on it and watched the trailer. And I'm like, I must have clicked the wrong link because that doesn't seem like the Dust guy. I must have done something wrong.
Then turns out, no, he did something very right.
He did something extremely right. Hey, here's a question.
Yeah.
How come it doesn't show me as live?
It showed you as live for like a second, and now it's not.
I'm seeing it as live.
It might just be the mobile app being real bad.
Oh, here it is.
Did I not change the... Wait, is it still called Scary Things? Did I never change that?
Well,
Oh yeah, it does say Scary
Oops.
Things.
Let me change that real quick.
It's probably spooky.
It is very spooky. There's demons and everything. Also, my mobile app is playing an ad. That's cool.
It's probably spooky.
It is very spooky. There's demons and everything. Also, my mobile app is playing an ad. That's cool.
It's probably spooky. But
It is very spooky. There's
I showed that trailer to Isfahan
demons.
because I felt it was just necessary for that to happen. I showed that trailer to Isfahan. He had pointed out that it was just necessary. A whole bunch of the trailer to Isfahan. He had pointed out that it was just necessary. A whole bunch of
I may have made a mistake here. I literally, it's stuck. I can't. Okay, sorry. I couldn't
What's
get the
stuck?
editing. So I went to the stream to change the title of the stream, and I clicked on the edit thing, and I couldn't close it. So like I was stuck open, and the stream was looping the audio. So everyone watching just heard the audio loop for like 20 full seconds. Sorry about that.
Audio Hall of Mirrors.
Let's see. Let me change the title so you can hear my typing. DmC, Devil May Cry. Done? You gonna save that this time? I feel like it's not saving the change either. That is cool, because I feel like I changed it last time. Is Twitch just like broken right now?
Right now, all the time.
That's super weird that I can't change the title. Maybe it'll just stay as Scary Things. Oh, okay, there we go. Fixed it. I did it. Sorry
Good
for the
work,
interruption.
You fix.
I fix.
Frank, hi Frank, I fix.
In me Frank, I fix.
It be Frank, I fix.
So,
I fix your title.
where were we? We beat the succubus. Yes, we did Secret Ingredient.
Did.
And now we're playing the Overwatch sequel, Overturn.
Oh.
I'm doing that joke again, because it was a big hit the first time.
Can I do more monotone tracer quotes?
Yes. And you'll get banned every time you do.
Oh, good.
Hey Chad, is the audio good? It should be. I don't know why it wasn't before. I literally didn't really change anything, but as best I can tell, OBS got broken and had to be restarted.
I don't know if anybody's in chat yet.
There's a couple people. It says it said 0 and then it said 5. So
Yeah, we'll meet you there. See you soon, Virgil.
Well, I'm in, but I don't count.
You guys seem tight.
It's true.
What do you mean?
Is it relevant?
I'd like to know who I'm risking life and limb with. He's my brother. He's trying to save the world.
She had a Bluetooth.
What's your story?
yeah, anybody who isn't here yet is missing
I never
cat
asked
character
for your
development,
help.
which
You
is
gave it, and I
probably the
appreciate it.
least interesting part of this game story. So
I
they're not
trust you.
missing too much.
You can trust me too.
It's unlike the rest of the game, which is insane. It's kind of standard.
Yeah.
He rescued me. I was in a foster home. My foster father was a demon. He attacked me most nights.
Oh, right. I forgot how bad it was, actually. Like...
Nightmares.
It's okay. I felt nothing. I couldn't physically escape, so I found another way. I aimlessly wandered limbo in spirit form. I found Virgil there. He heard my cry for help. He helped me to deal with the demons, both figuratively and literally. I killed the bastard. Now I want to deal with them all. You're gonna stick with us to the end, right?
Count on.
So, that's... fun. Anyway, since we killed one of Mundus's two big resources in the succubus.
That will have hurt Mundus and got his attention.
But now we're after the other dude.
Now to land the second blow. Disable Mundus's monitoring network. Raptor News Tower.
Also, I'm not Boots.
Controlled by Mundus. They have a monopoly over the world's media. News,
Are you
advertising,
sure?
entertainment.
Mind control.
Yeah. And surveillance. They spy on the populace through their network of satellites, routers, and CCTV cameras.
Yeah, I noticed that bit. What's the plan?
Cat?
The Raptor News Network is run by a demon, Bob Barbas.
Bob Barbas is a demon? So he's more than just a fucking dick. And he's in that tower.
Not that tower. That one.
Huh?
In Limbo, that's not a reflection. That's the real deal.
It's a prison, and Barbas rules it cruelly. There's no mercy, and no escape.
Prepare the gateway. You'll have to go alone this time. Cat can't follow where you're headed.
Alone is fine. She's done enough.
On the plus side, there won't be any cameras down there.
Good.
Dante, we don't know much about this demon.
I'm sure it'll be lovely.
Of Dante's little goofy run on the bricks here.
Well, Bob, now I get why your point of view is so upside down.
Classic Dante. So yeah, the conceit of this level is that we're in the mirror underneath the river, which is really cool. So the whole level is upside down. There's a lot of big gaps. And the other conceit is, well, we'll get to it in a second, but there's sort of lines of information and whatever running all over the place, which I think is really neat. This is also a place where we're supposed to find out that our big red fist can break the crystal walls. Because we've theoretically got the oh god, what are these called? The onyx, the fists, by killing the succubus. And here's a fun bug I found out all on my own. Oh, I didn't go all the way this time. Usually I go all the way over there.
I like how you're just standing on air there for a second.
It's fine. Yeah, if you break it with the fist, the car is like, oh, you want to come with me, I guess. So the fists generally do a lot less damage. Oops, I don't know why I did that. The fists do a lot less damage than the axe does, but it's a lot faster. If you don't charge them, they don't do a whole lot of damage. But one thing they're really good for is breaking shields, because as like a red demon weapon, they break shields pretty fast, but they attack much faster than the axe, so you can actually you know, break the shields much faster. That's one of their main uses, actually, is sort of breaking enemy defenses.
So since this is the infamous Fox News level, I would really wish that they would have like a boss rush between every like Fox News pundit, like equivalent, like the Tucker Carlson boss fight, and he has like a demon bow tie, that kind of shit.
Oh, I almost got it there.
Yeah, the crossfire level.
And you drop tons of like Grey Poupon on Sean Hannity, and he starts flipping shit.
The crossfire level, you'd have like an angelic helper with you, but they'd be really shitty, and they'd just constantly fuck.
Yeah.
They'd like intentionally be like, "Oh no, he's too strong."
And then like midway through the fight, like Jon Stewart floats down on like a halo, like on a halo and angel wings, and he just goes like, "Could you guys just stop?"
A great angel descended, known as Jon Stewart. I don't know why angels sound like Klingon names, but I guess they do.
I was thinking like Martians from DC, like Martian Manhunter or something. Jon Stewart. Oh, hey, and there was a Jon Stewart Green Lantern too. So
That's true.
I don't know if that's really relevant, but that happened too. Good job, Toast. Contributing.
Good job, Toast. You're contributing.
So this isn't quite the... Well, I mean, this area, I guess, is sort of the media area, I guess. And the same way the last area was the, you know, bad food area. Like, the criticism here is that everybody... Well, actually, you'll see it when you go through this door, what the core conceit of this level is aesthetically. But I gotta kill these dudes first.
Dijon Dushir says a boss rush against a dozen identical blonde women.
I was about to say that. That's really good.
See, we're already making an even better sequel to this.
Oh, and like your recharge, like who gives you health back between boss fights is what, like, what's his name? Shepard Smith, I think. The one guy who's saying,
occasionally pointing out like actual facts.
yeah,
Just kind of shrugging at what's going on.
he's like your tip helper, and like he heals you between matches.
I'm actually hitting the door that is on the other side of this demon mass. You're not really supposed to do that, but that's why I keep ricocheting off it.
So it makes you a rebel.
Ping, ping.
That man just died.
Ooh, and then you could punch off Geraldo's nose like 6 times, like a Mortal Kombat fatality. Really good.
Geraldo would have a move against you where it's like he like does like fatality wise where he uppercuts you and then you fly and then you just land in an empty room with like just a bunch of like random stuff in bottles. It says and it's Al Capone's vault.
Yeah. Road maps.
Road map. That might be my favorite reading saying of anything of Weird Al, like the way he said that. Anyways.
Nice. But not nice. You dead yet?
That demon's got a neat hula skirt.
There we go. Losers are really fun to fight. They remind me... I mean, they're designed to remind you of the Virgil fight from 3, I think, in a lot of ways.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Wow. So even Limbo has a sniper.
But in addition to running
Never thought I'd be breaking in.
the propaganda and mind control and society control wing, Bob Barbas also runs the demonic penitentiary, where he traps people in people's souls forever. And so throughout this whole level, we'll actually be hearing him over the intercom a whole bunch. I hope he gets subtitles. I'm not sure if he does.
Ooh.
But there's a lot of really great things that he gets to say.
Let's give it a crack.
So yeah. And apparently breaking into it is easy as just going over to this wall and breaking it.
Just doing God's work, are you, Bob?
And yeah, my first or second time through this, I definitely got some, a bit of vertigo. It's a little bit disorienting.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is our first time seeing these boost ring things. You can grapple hook onto them, and then you can hit A to boost through them. They're not that special. Oh, just an extra little platforming thing.
Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks from Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask.
Let's see, kill all enemies. Oh, don't use the same attack twice. Oh, there's a really easy way to do this. Don't use the same attack twice? Okay. I'll just grapple hook them all off the edge. It's a really neat challenge that is, like most of this game, very, very easy to just break and do an easy way. Because, like most of this game, they give you so much freedom. It's odd, because technically this game gives you more freedom than 4 does. You can cancel almost every move into any other move whenever you feel like. You can do the latter parts of combos by, switching weapons. You can... There's just a lot more options you have, and a lot more movement options, too. But it ends up feeling a lot less free, because kind of every choice... As much as I like this game, there are definitely problems with it. Like, it ends up feeling a bit more samey. There's only so many combos I can really do, because every combo is some variation of go into one of the handful of launchers, then go into one of the handful of air moves, and you can't really fuck it up.
Okay, there's the tower. Back on track.
Oh, and here's the cutest enemy in the game.
Whatever you are, get the hell out of here.
Little tiny rages. I think we fought them already, but that's where it's introduced.
Oh yeah, and I told people to spam Baby Rage emote. Toasty Cylinder did it.
Right.
Poor bastards.
Here, let me show you the platonic ideal of what I think, like, the default kind of dialogue combo that this game wants you to do. It wants you to group people up with this move. Oh wait, he's got me, isn't he? These dudes are actually not the ideal people to do it on, because the chainsaw can interrupt it. But they want you to bring them in with that move, with the bring in move, and then you use the scythe charge up move to knock them in the air. Then you alternate between the scythe and Eric's spring in to continue to combo them, and then whenever you feel like it, you spike them down, and then you do your charge up fist combo to hit them. And I think that's sort of the developer intended. This is a cool combo that they never tell you to do that, but just the nature of the game means that anybody who plays this game for long enough, even if they're not particularly good, will probably figure that combo out. Oh shoot, I got frozen. Oh good. They're nice to me. Which, in a way, is nice. I mean, I think that's very intentional. They were like, we want to give them a combo that flows really obviously from one move to the next. Because, people playing DmC so far... People just coming in, people who haven't played DmC yet, generally haven't done it because they feel like it's too hard to get into. And there's all these really cool things that you can do, but no one ever ends up... A lot of people don't end up playing for long enough to ever really do them. because they just feel like it's too difficult. And they wanted to make it easy to do a combo, basically, that felt cool. Which isn't an inherently bad thing. Okay, we can get that one triggered. It's not an inherently bad thing, but it does end up cheapening the game a lot, because if there's just sort of pre-built-in combos, and every combo is kind of a variation on that, there's not as much freedom on my behalf to get to do fun things. Like, I don't... There's tons of things I did in Devil May Cry 4 that no one ever really considered I might do when they were making it.
Right.
And I think there's very few things where that's the case in this game. They have pre-built-in counters for everything. They have, you know, someone does this move, you answer with that move, and then you're free to go into a launcher, and from the launcher there's just things you do that are correct. And I think that's why a lot of the... When a lot of the criticisms fans of the series throw at this game are not correct, but that is definitely a place where it's totally legitimate criticism. This game is a lot less about comboing. I think where a lot of the fun of this game comes from is managing multiple people's attacks while continuing your combo on someone. Like continuing to dodge attacks while continuing to output damage a bunch by dodging and gliding around. The problem is that it's really trivial if you feel like it to just keep everyone like comboed all the time. Like I can just, if I want to do this fight easy, I can just do a round trip on this dude and keep him stun locked, and then do this move, and then like it's real easy to keep people stun locked in this game. It's pretty easy to essentially trivialize it. When I play, I basically choose not to. What hit me? Oh, the range attack hit me. That's a bit. What the fuck did you just target? Oh, he targeted the thing on the wall. I get it. Sorry, I tried to deflect her attacks, but my attack decided it would rather target one of the little demonic bubbles on the wall. Oh, if I haven't mentioned, one thing that I do really actually like that they put into this game, I think the enemies never give you health randomly. They probably... No, they do, but it's rare. But mostly you get health more predictably from the green... Any of the demonic sort of growths on the walls, the green ones always drop health. I think I like that system a lot more than sort of hoping that you get a random drop health, because in other Devil May Cry games, it was like whether I made it through a level or not, if I wasn't quite good enough to beat it consistently, whether I made it through a level or not was pretty much, did I get a big health drop or not? Did the game feel like giving me one? And that's the kind of thing that didn't really matter to a fan of the series, because they got good enough where, like, you didn't die anyway, even on a really hard difficulty. Like, why would you die? And, you know, then they're like, you know, this game isn't good. You're an incredibly small portion of the game-playing populace, and I don't think a game should appeal solely to you. As much as I personally like it when a game appeals to my sensibilities as someone who's ridiculously good at games, it shouldn't only appeal to me, and very few games have to only appeal to me. You can generally make decisions that appeal to lots of people.
No, I think we're only shooting for the Frank demographic.
No.
Oh, someone's asking me. I was talking too much. I didn't read chat. So, what would... He's asking if I would want... There aren't really strings in this game. I mean, technically every weapon has a 3-move string that you can switch between with the pause. But it's not so much that it's pre-dialed in strings as it is that it's really easy to figure out what move goes into other moves correctly, and you can't really make a wrong decision. As in DmC, between the massive amount of moves you have, like DmC 4, I mean, the massive amount of moves you have, plus the variations in timing and the way you hit enemies with different other moves, you can make a lot of wrong moves. Even if they hit somebody, you'll lose the combo, or whatever. And there's a lot more room for something really creative, like setting up a really big attack off a slower attack or whatever. Whereas in this case, there's just a lot less creativity because, like, every move is just hitting somebody. There's some really cool things you can do with the charge-up gun attacks, actually, but I generally don't, because the charge-up gun attacks don't work very well. Which I'll demonstrate in just a second once I kill this lady. Oh, she's not dead, is she? There she is. So, if I hold the shot button, I get a charge bomb. Which is pretty simple. In other Devil May Cry games, though, while I'm attacking, if I held the shot button, I would always be charging. In this game, like I just did, sometimes I do. And sometimes I don't. I'm holding the shot button right now and it's nothing. And there's a bunch of little glitchy things like that in the moves that don't... Like, they wouldn't matter to anyone but people who are pretty experienced. But they also don't really end up mattering anyway because the game is... You can always cover with another move. So, like, if you screw up a charge bomb, there's never a situation where you'll get hit. Because you can always just do something else anyway. Oops, I missed that.
Smash it.
You're just gonna go off the edge. No, you're not. Witch fights are kind of a pain. Sorry, you talk. I talk enough.
No, well, just with all you said, I mean, that was cool to hear, and I definitely get what all you mean, but I also think of this game in terms of someone like me, who is not as skilled as you, and just both wants to keep staying alive and also have cool shit happen. Mm-hmm. And that game, like, the game seems perfect for me.
Yeah, no, this game is way better at that than the other DmC.
There was an error during the broadcast.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did you guys get kicked out of Steam? Or...
Steam was just acting weird. I'm gonna try to look at it again.
Okay. I'll finish this fight, but I won't go beyond it.
It says everyone's offline. I think Steam's doing a thing.
Oh, on Tuesdays they redo their servers. Or they reset their servers.
Ooh.
But that should be over by now, I think. Shoot. That's kind of a big bad thing if you guys can't watch.
I'll just watch. We'll just be a bit delayed for a little while. I'll watch on Twitch until or is it going to be down for a while?
I mean, it depends. It's kind of random. You could look it up. Search for like Steam Tuesday times or something. I'll do a secret mission while you guys are not here. Let's see. Kill enemies within the time limit. Oh, angel weapons.
Let's see here. Steam Tuesday.
Just to show how easy it is to trivialize with the angel weapons are just absurdly good at what they do. It's a big part of the problem. And you'd think like, oh well, the demon weapons are really good at hitting the big heavy guys. You know, if the easy guys are if the easy enemies, the smaller enemies are too easy, at least the heavy guys are hard. But the heavy guys, all the heavy, like, basic enemies, the big ones that are supposed to be threatening, are so slow that they're not really much of a threat. Like, the Sawblade guy is very easy. So, the only people that end up being a threat are, like, the medium-length dudes who aren't particularly vulnerable to the angel weapons, but also don't die immediately and have predictable movesets.
Just like in real life.
Are you guys watching yet, or should I wait? The end of the level is around the corner.
It's still acting like everyone's offline.
Yeah, Steam is down. I'm watching on Twitch.
Let me really quickly look how long that'll last. Steam Tuesday added. Maintenance length. Yep, that's an autocomplete. I feel like it should be over by now. It seems kind of late, but... I guess it's only going to be about 20 minutes or so, so... Oh well, I guess just watch on Twitch for now. Womp womp. So we made it all the way across the bridge. Or almost all the way across the bridge and to the tower. I do really like the
Coming for you, Bob.
I'll talk about it in a sec, but I really like the silhouettes of the human souls that are still in the real world. Because you don't get to really see what the real world looks like in these really demonically infested places. You're always in limbo. But you get to see the human soul people there, like all sorts of weird and fucked up. And I don't know, not being able to see exactly what they're doing, but seeing them like get thrown around or in just despair or pinned up on walls or whatever, all the weird shit that happens to them, really kind of gives it a horrific feeling that I think it works really well.
Yeah.
You know, the old classic adage of don't show the monster. It would be a lot less scary if we just saw, like, people, and they were just, like, unhappy. Like, that would be a lot less interesting.
Yeah.
And this would be introduction to these harpy ladies. I guess I'll just talk about them. They're, wait! Oh, damn, nice range. So the flying bird ladies, they have a couple of attacks. They have, like, a long poking attack, and they also have a dive bomb attack, which is basically the same. At higher difficulties, they get that big swing around air attack. That was interesting. I did the flip for some reason. I think Dante started to do a move and changed his mind. But they have that big spin around to prevent you from just air calling them easily. And with gunfire, you can make them fall, and then they fall on the ground, but they also lose a lot of their attack ability. They don't attack as often, basically. I'm not gonna make it back! It's fun to play games and see how far across the level you can actually get to. And still make it back. I did not, obviously. But a lot of the flying enemies will just sort of back off and knock you away with the assumption that'll make you stop calming them, but if you just sort of glide away for a second, grapple hook back onto them, there's nothing really stopping you from continuing to combo them forever.
Oh, I think it's back up.
Oh, that was fast. I mean, I guess it was long in the first place. Not so fast, buddy.
Still not coming back for me, but I'll
Spike!
wait.
It is incredibly satisfying to spike people off the edge with the fire bullets.
I can feel you. Who is it? I'll cut your head off.
Put your stick down. I'm not gonna hurt you, unless you give me a reason to.
Are you a prisoner of Mundus too?
No, I'm from upstairs. Now, can you tell me how to get to that tower?
Tower? Why?
Because I want to kill the demon that runs this show. Will you help me?
Kill it? Yes. I can help. If you help me first.
This dude's the worst.
Sure.
And yeah, it might come up at different times because you live in different places and their servers will come up periodically. So
Oh, okay.
it would not surprise me that one of you is on and one of you is not. But I'd say keep trying every couple minutes, Portex, because it'll probably let you in pretty soon.
It's like that motivational poster I have. Keep trying, you'll see Frank stream eventually.
It's weird that you like custom ordered that too. Like
It's not a poster so much as it wallpapers like an entire wall in my room.
okay.
The fact that I wrote it all over the walls and called it wallpaper, they said was evidence that I had a psychotic break.
Man, if I had $1 for every time someone used me as evidence of psychotic break.
Those flying bastards stole my eye. They torment me and
$6.
Yeah.
I can't leave here without it. I'm trapped for eternity. Get me back my eye,
This guy has half a
and I'll
head.
take you to the tower.
Well, it's not polite to stare, first off. He hasn't introduced himself yet.
Flying bastards! Come!
But this dude's name is Phineas, and we'll meet him a little bit more once we get his eye. He'll start chatting.
Go! Follow them! Find their nest!
So this level, we gotta follow these dudes back to their nest, grab the eye, and get back out.
Yeah, that's it. Lead the way.
And their whole nest is in a subway. So this level, we are in an upside-down subway, which is... I don't know, I like... It still kind of has the aesthetics of the general prison area, but I like that it actually does feel pretty different.
Yeah. Yeah, the visual design of this game is pretty awesome.
There you are.
Although I kind of wish that you were chasing him through like an upside down like subway restaurant.
No, that would have... Man! Instead of, like, going against sodas, they should have made it like a Subway or McDonald's, and the succubus succubus would be the same, only she'd have like a Subway hat on or something. Anyways, a couple things I
Those
really
little,
like.
visors. Yes, sorry.
There's two things I really like about this next sequence. One is, like, I think they made this sort of backdrop that's about to move very deliberately fake looking. So that it just sort of makes it look more unreal. And the second thing I think you'll really like is the trains. Big angry face trains. God.
That's pretty good.
It's really good. Like, I almost feel like someone's like, this is, you know, just our demo. We're not really going to put these in here as our final thing. And so I was like, no, I don't... do you know what game we're making? We're absolutely leaving that design in.
Ooh, I like that the trains go overhead as you're fighting.
Yep,
That's
and
really
you can
neat.
knock people into them. Kind of like the Tilt-A-Whirl from the first level.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was a dumb move.
Oh, Cortex, are you able to get back in?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay, cool.
I don't think oh, right. That move can't be interrupted at all. It's like the only one that can't. I don't know if you've noticed, but when I dodge and it goes slow-mo, that means I've done a successful demon evade. Which I mentioned before, but if I am in if I go into demon mode and do a dodge at the last second, then for a little while I get a damage bonus.
But yeah, what I was gonna say before Steam died was like, you know, for somebody like me who just wants to stay alive during these games and also wants to do cool shit, that's cool. But at the same time, I definitely get that, like, you know, if you get any skill or precision or get into it more, like, since there's no like wrong decisions or you can just kind of just hit buttons and every time it's the right decision, it does after a while get kind of like be like, well, I can just hit buttons and then that works. You know, not to say like the game's bad because of it,
Right.
but you know.
No, as a
But I
useful
definitely
pointer,
yeah.
like replaying the other games, because I replayed all these games to remember how to play them before I did them on screen. And that's part of the reason I did this was just as an excuse to replay them. But replaying the other games was really, really fun, and I felt like I learned more stuff, and I did things I hadn't before. Replaying this game, it's not exactly not fun, but like, I had 100%ed this game before, and it just wasn't... Like, to a certain extent, it really wasn't as fun as the other games to replay once I'd done everything. The fun of this game definitely comes from, like, beating the levels. Man, I can't... This is actually a pretty hard fight with these two guys together, and I can't do it while talking very well.
That's fine.
Which does not say I'm not going to talk, just I might lose a lot. Here, you get hit by the train, would you? You're not going to, are you? It's a pretty hard fight for this point in the game, but I think because they want you to take advantage of the train. Like that. You guys should feel free to talk, though. That does not distract me, because I never listen to you.
Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, from seeing you play the other games in this game, it feels like with this game, it's like, this was almost like kind of both a proof of concept and also them like seeing like, okay, let's see how we would do this game and do this. And then like, if they had a DmC 2, they'd be like, okay, let's make it a little bit more complex, refine it, maybe do some different stuff. Mm-hmm. But then the entire fan community went like, rah! And they're like, okay, well, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, the thing is, this game actually still had pretty good sales, all things considered, but not not enough. And the fan backlash was so severe that they didn't want to do it, make another. And the thing is, if you go and read the patch notes for the definitive edition that they released only on the next gen, or I should say current gen consoles. Those are fucking good changes. I really feel like it made the game a lot better, and I'm super jealous I can't play that.
They took the hat away.
And they took the hat away, which is like kind of unforgivable, you know. There's no such thing as a perfect game.
Yeah.
No, get back here.
Yeah, I just feel like the fan, like you said, the fan response was rah! And then they were like, okay, so here's this game about the Monkey King.
No, that came before this, actually.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got that backwards then.
Actually, after this, they made they partnered with a few people, but they didn't make their own game for a while. What did they... Oh, they had an iOS game, which was sort of like a proof of concept internal game jam thing that they ended up releasing.
Oh, really?
And then they worked on a part of Disney Infinity, because, like, every developer ever worked on a part of Disney Infinity. It's really weird. Like, go look at those fucking credits. It's nuts.
Okay, here we go.
Got it. You must be the eye.
So now we've got the eye. But they showed us the glass cracking. Blech. They showed us the glass cracking for a reason.
An ambush. You flunking bastards.
Yeah, nice one. So in this fight, if we go on the glass, it starts to crack. And if it cracks all the way, then we fall through it, obviously. And so it's sort of supposed to be a race against time and trying not to spike people into the ground. But you can also just do the cool thing and never touch the ground at all. And just continue to grapple hook your way to success.
Frank, you missed the most important thing. He called them flocking bastards?
Yes, he did.
That's all. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was so genius, I just didn't even figure it needed to be... Like, we didn't need to talk about it.
I fell through.
Oh, goodbye.
I do like that these dudes are throwing bombs on the ground. Like, I'm not on the ground ever during this fight, so sorry, guys.
It's kind of like in Beautiful Joe when you jump and start mashing buttons, and he just starts flailing his limbs so hard that he never touches the ground.
Actually, those little baby enemies are a good example of, like, you can play this game, how easy this game can be sometimes. So, almost all of them have shields. And, you know, staying up there, hitting them long enough to knock off their shield, and then, wait, what? Ah, I got stuck in DM mode. And hitting them long enough to knock off their shield and then actually doing damage to them before they take out a new shield. That, like, takes something. That, you know, that can lead to some interesting choices. But the fact is, you also have a grappling hook, and if you red grappling hook them, you pull off the shield. And far, far and away, the easiest way to kill them is to just, red grappling hook their shield, and then either red grappling hook yourself to them, or them to you right after. and then you just hit them twice with your sword, and they're dead. And there's no real penalty for doing that, and any other way of doing it is kind of a pain. And the game doesn't quite make the other options cool enough to... the other options aren't quite cool enough to bother with unless you're really fucking dedicated to looking cool. And even then, like, they're not that much more difficult. So what ends up being is, after you've played this game for a while and you've pretty much exercised your options, when you fight those guys, you pretty much just grapple hook them again, hit them twice, and you just sort of start every fight by doing that to them first. And you've got so much freedom and so much ability to do what you want that there's no real reason to do anything else.
Just in life. That's the only game.
Yeah, rip shields out of babies' hands.
Mm-hmm.
And good real life advice, honestly.
Bionic Commando, stylish action game. That's what's going on here.
Okay.
Yay, stupid music.
As opposed to the other music.
Oh yeah, it's been all pretty, been pretty high class up until now.
Well, to be fair, I think the penitentiary area does have sort of more calm, less ridiculous music.
Well, I mean, I thought I've been at the Pitchfork Music Festival this whole time, just calm, ambient, indie stuff, you know, psychedelic rock, you know, it's been really highbrow so far. I've been really annoyed. I wanted something a little bit more banging.
I really want to play this developer's other games, because I have a lot of respect for the way they talk about indies, so I should probably put my money where my mouth is.
What did Hellblade come out on? I've got their site up, actually.
I think I might even own it. I think I bought it on sale for PC, and I just haven't gotten to it yet, because, like, I don't know, I've been playing this and a couple other games, and Wolfenstein exists, and, like, sorry, but Wolfenstein...
Sorry, not sorry, but I'm gonna punch a Nazi.
I'll just reflect everything with that move. The big saw blade dude can really only be knocked back in any meaningful way or staggered at all with the with a fully charged punch move. Oh, he blocked it in the middle of my move. Oh, that didn't reflect shoot. Oosh. Unfortunately, I don't think we get to see Screamy Train anymore. The best character in the game, objectively.
Oh, man. You don't get to see Selfie's Limit Break anymore? Oh wait, no, that was a summon. Wasn't it? I forget what Doom Train was.
It was the summon that you accidentally leveled up half your party to level 81 to find.
Oh, that's right.
Camera. And I really couldn't tell. I really was not sure how your Ultimecia fight was going to go because you leveled...
Yeah.
Half the party was level 16, and the other half was level 91.
Yeah.
Well, I have no clue.
That was pretty hilarious, actually. It was a dumb move on my part, but it was also hilarious.
Oh, that's right. If I can break him out of his rage by detonating the kablooies, but if I do it while he's in the middle of attack, he'll still do his attack instead of being left vulnerable. But I can also fully charge fists to knock him out. Oh, I can knock him out with that? I didn't actually know that was the thing. I'm sure. Apparently I can Devil Trigger while he's teleporting and make him reappear. Please stop teleporting. I just want to hit you and, like, kill you? Thank you.
It's like when you're playing somebody in Mortal Kombat and they're playing Scorpion and they just keep doing that teleport move. It's just like, God damn it!
Please, I would like to play. Yeah, those guys are really weird too. Like, how long they're teleported for is completely random. So, I've seen them teleport away. Every once in a while, I think it just glitches out and the game can't teleport them where they want to. And so they're just like, well, shit. And he just sort of stays teleported for like 20 seconds.
Such is the frightening power of the Outworld.
Oh, if you didn't see, this level's called the Taste of Heaven because it is like the Heaven and Hell mode in that both enemies and Dante die in one hit.
Oh.
And then there's a later mission called the Taste of Hell where enemies die in one hit or Dante dies in one hit and enemies don't. And it's like a taste of what that difficulty level is. I should probably turn the difficulty back down. Things are a bit too much of a difficulty sponge. A health sponge. in this mode. That's another thing, like, they didn't make the Devil Trigger very effective in this mode, so this mode isn't that much harder. Because, like, it just takes longer to kill things, mostly.
Yeah.
Who's there?
And then there's the... Well, I'll talk about it after this. We give this man back his eye. Better look away from the camera so we can just swap models instead of actually attaching it.
I can see. Dante.
You know me?
No. I knew your father, Sparta. I can see him in you.
Sparta was a demon. I'm nothing like him.
No, of course. You are Nephilim. I can see that too.
What are you?
Phineas. Scholar, inventor, prophet.
Demon.
And until you arrived, political prisoner of
Jeez,
Mundus.
Dante. Racist
I am
much?
grateful.
It wasn't a favor. You said you'd take me to that tower.
Of course, my friend. Of course. This way.
Let's just... Wait. Oh no, I could have done it there. I did do it there. I'm stupid. Let's turn it down one level.
Hey, it's Montrith.
It is
What's up,
Montrith.
Montrith?
Dante could use a proper rat tail to go with that haircut. It would be great if his Devil Trigger was getting a rat tail. Actually, as it is, the alternate costume unlock for beating the game is what he looks like in Devil Trigger form, where he has white hair like Dante does, and his skin is paler, which is kind of weird. And you can also unlock him without his coat, of course, as is traditional. But I think I'll just stick with standard. Oh, and there are alternate skin DLCs you can buy for a couple of your weapons, which I didn't buy because I'm not a moron.
Oh, come on, be kind of a moron.
Please, our entire video game economy depends on it.
Yeah, it still cracks me up that they pull that horse armor shit in games.
How long?
Hundreds of years.
But whatever.
Are you sure you know your way around?
Like the back of my
Like, horse armor is normal now.
Whoa!
Remember how mad people
You
were about
nuts?
it?
I forget. You and I see things differently.
Yep.
Seeing things differently can open new paths.
What do you mean?
You only see evil in me because I am a demon. Try opening your mind. It's all a matter of perspective. As I said, I see things differently. We'll meet up ahead. I have something to show you.
So Phineas gets to make the world look like whatever he feels like, I guess.
Wasn't there an eye power-up in one of the other Devil May Cry games where you could, like, see stuff?
I think you're thinking of Mega Man X, or possibly Metroid Prime.
Also, I didn't catch the rest of it, but when I walked up here, there's a ton of little blurbs. You can just sit here and listen to him talk for a while, Barbas. But when I walked up, he said, "Global warming. It's as good as it sounds." He's got tons of, I kind of want to rip it and just listen to them all or something. There's so many good ones.
Yeah. I'll bet you anything there's a compilation of all of them, like just somebody
on YouTube
doing a compilation of them
somewhere,
listening to them, yeah. I thought there was a Lens of Truth type thing in one of the DmC games. I might have just dreamed that, I don't know.
You might be... I mean, the Bangle of Time in the first game makes things look different, but I don't know...
Maybe I'm thinking of that. I don't know. Yeah, it's not important.
Like you.
I didn't know there were others.
The Nephilim were the third race. Sadly, they were hunted down and slain.
Why?
They wielded the power of both angels and demons. But unlike them, the Nephilim could easily cross worlds. They were formidable.
Which made them a threat. Like me.
And like you, they held great potential. What a waste. You want to reach your full potential? Perhaps Asio holds the key.
Can I even push you? Oh, I can't. It's unfortunate. Most of the NPCs who actually walk around, mostly Cat, you can actually push.
Can't push Phineas.
Nope.
Assil.
Asio?
This is our introduction to the witch.
You know what they say in Limbo? Ass eel, gas eel, or grass eel. No one rides for free.
Hell, I say that here. Nope, don't hit that one, thank you. The demons actually have a little bit of trouble getting around on this uneven wing here. They tend to moonwalk a bit. There's relatively few times you fight demons not on even ground. They put a lot of uneven ground all over the place, and then you'll jump to like a flat area to actually fight somebody to disguise it.
Right. Asiel holds the key.
Oh, he meant like a literal key. I thought it was like a metaphor. I do like that some of these floating things have physics.
Got it.
So they feel really rickety and unstable.
This was your home. This was your home. This was your home. I don't remember it. I don't remember it.
This is our last flashback. And they've definitely run out of relevant quotes to flashback. They just sort of picked out a random one at this point. But this is where we unlock devil triggering, which I think I already pretty much talked about.
Let's see what happens.
But basically, you know, you click in both thumbsticks, and actually anything that requires you to 2 buttons at once in this game doesn't seem to work very well, and I think that might be a porting issue, because I don't think that... I feel like that didn't happen when I originally played it on, like, my last computer. I didn't have any problems, but, like, detonating the kablooey shots requires you to hit shoot and jump at the same time, and activating devil trigger requires pressing in both thumbsticks, and they both feel real awkward and not responsive. So if you ever see me stand still for a second before doing one of those, that's why. It's because I'm, like, trying to make it happen.
He gets psyched before he does it.
Hype mode.
But this represents we've unlocked the last chain inside our own spiritual self? I don't really know what this area is supposed to represent, but it's allowed us to unlock our devil trigger demon form. We never get an angel form, though.
Dante, you are here because I wasn't able to protect you. For that, I am truly sorry.
Nice little game to pause so you could load in the textures on his chest there.
Your father fell in love with me. A love that transgressed rigid, ancient boundaries. We chose our path in the face of certain annihilation. We never regretted our choices, but we never gave you yours, my dear son. Now, finally, you will have that choice. You will have a great power. A power that will allow you to forge your own path. That, my son, is freedom. Be brave, my son. I love you.
So Dante's mom left him a tape recorder in his own mind that he had to go to the demon world to get, which is like, I don't know. There's got to be easier ways to do that. Oh, and they give you full devil trigger for this so that you actually use it. In fact, they force you to use it originally. So, like, what is this flashback line? It's telling us that Dante is not human? Which is, like, something we settled literally within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Wait, he's not human? Oh, I don't get it. Could you go over that again?
Oh boy. Okay. So when an angel and a demon love each other very much...
Oh, right. The tower. On my way.
They fuck, and the rest is actually my fanfic. You'll have to read.
Ooh.
He said, "Oh right," so he's been standing there for like 3 hours,
just like drooling, like twitching every time he goes into double trigger, like
Oh, Mom, I love you, Mom. I feel so stupid.
No, that's like what he mumbles while he's just catatonic, standing there. It's like the line, "This was your home. I don't remember." He's just saying those lines over and over.
Meningitis, a human affliction. Oh, damn, I always forget how high that attack is.
You know, it wasn't the tone they were going for, but it'd be great if on the last flashback he was just all... You know, Virgil, that hat's really stupid. Then just pause and just shut up. And that's it.
Or he's like standing right next to Virgil and has another flashback and he's like, Virgil, your hat is stupid. This is your mother talking. Which I don't think that's actually a thing you're hearing in the flashback. It's like, no, it's definitely your mom.
No, she actually crossed time and space to let Virgil know to take off that fucking hat. In fact, she left no other information for her children other than that.
Yeah, no, she has this huge monologue with Dante, and then she goes, Virgil, the hat's not working for you, buddy.
Virgil, just know that I love you. But for the love of all that is holy and unholy, please don't wear that hat. That's it. That's why Virgil is like striving so hard to prove himself in Shane's world. It's like, that's all I got. Don't wear the hat, Mom. Take that.
Nice attack, dude. You're over there. He just kept his back turned and gave up, I guess.
Andret says, I see Dante as the same actualization of personal freedom as most libertarian preppers. Truly, the biggest freedom of them all is the freedom to fuck up everyone who stands in your way.
One good tactic to use is if you knock someone up against a wall, you can hit them with the full axe combo, even if they normally get knocked away by it, which does ridiculous amounts of damage. Because like, you're not really supposed to be able to do that. Did I just grapple one of the swords? I actually didn't know I could do that. Nor do I understand how that helped me in any meaningful way. I guess that's why I didn't know I could do it. It's not very good. It's like right there, I was able to get the second axe hit on her when she'd normally just run away. Or get knocked away, rather. And there's little, like, optimization tricks like that kind of work as adding extra style, but there's just a lot less of them. A lot less little tricks.
Come here.
What is it?
You found your inner devil, all right. But you have yet to discover your full potential.
Mainly, I just want to kill the demon king named Mundus.
And if you do kill Mundus, who would take his place?
Dramatic zoom! Oh my god! The dramatic zoom on a dumb-faced Dante is fantastic. Especially because he never answers. Like, huh. And then it just fucking cuts.
I'm no longer suited to violence.
Just expect him after that zoom in to be like God, right?
Yeah, like there is a God. Again, no one's answering this, but
I want to see Mundus destroyed.
hell is real. I mean, right?
And I now believe you may stand a chance.
Humans and angels are real. There is a God,
Made you
right?
change your mind.
You were right. You're not just like your father. I see your mother in you too. You want to hit Mundus hard? This is how. Mundus has power almost beyond limit, but he has one weakness.
He has a weakness?
Yes. His mistress, Lilith.
His weakness is that he loves her?
Mundus? Love? No, my friend. Yet, she has recently become the most important thing in creation to him. This is what I have seen. Lilith, his mistress, carries his child, his heir. You want to hurt Mundus? Kill Lilith. Kill the child. Nothing will hurt him more. But be warned, the fury of Mundus is boundless. Many thousands could perish.
Oh wait, I should have set this level to be more difficult because it's the boss.
Good hunting, my master.
And bosses are easy. In fact, I might just do that real quick after this cutscene. I am gonna do that really, really quick here. Because bosses just die way too fast on this difficulty level, so... This level's called Bad News.
I'm no longer suited to violence.
Because it's bad news. Get it?
Ah, I get it. Just like that movie, Bad News Bears.
Yeah, it is a reference to Bad News Bears. Actually, we're about... Like, literally the rest of this level is just a reenactment of that movie. It's a really weird choice, but I get it. It works.
I like this walking up to down section.
Yeah, I wish they'd done more of it during, like, the normal level, but... Because it's really neat. And I really like the sort of ways that...
Good.
Like, the lines of communication going in and out are visualized.
Yeah.
If you go too fast through the section, sometimes the beam hits you when it shouldn't. Like, almost did right there. So I'm just gonna not, I guess? But that's just the lead up to the true level. It starts here. I love this part so much. It's super fantastic. So we're now playing inside of a newscast. Which is... I like that it's still, like, there's still sort of demonic whisperings in the background. I honestly wish they'd gone more fully stylized like they do in this part, for, like, every level. There's a few other areas where they come close, but I just wish they'd gone for it even more.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
This is goofy looking.
This is not orders, just doing God's work.
Hey, Bob. Put a spin on this.
My personal view on the terrorists is that they are disgusting, degrading, ghastly, sleazy, purient, and generally nauseating. The worst of them is Dante. The whole world would benefit
Zing.
by his non-existence.
I'm taking you off the air.
You think so? I wouldn't bet on it, you little shit.
I love how he just sort of talks past Dante so much and then talks to him. So, the basic pattern of this is that you need to break these dots here with your Demon Fist Slam while dodging his attacks. And then he's left vulnerable, and he goes into his sort of blue, aww.
You know, since this is a takeoff of basically pundits like Bill O'Reilly, you know, with the Succubus, they kind of did this own demon thing, like, you know, for the scary version. But they made the right choice by just making Barbas as the actual face.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the scariest version.
Yeah, it's you know, pretty much just the real person. What happens if you try and hit him? I want to find out.
I think something that's also great is that since Bill O'Reilly clearly never learned that this existed, that this game existed, then he just doesn't know that this is going on. Had he found out about this, there would have been, at minimum, 6 months of him whining on his show about how violent.
I don't know what you mean. This is a documentary, and this really happened. and that's him.
I do like the beating up and deforming the actual giant face.
Now what we have here,
it's like you're beating the shit out of the beginning of Mario 64.
The terrorist, known as Dante.
I'm excited for you to catch up and see the second phase of this fight.
So what do we know about this Dante? Several people.
Oh, nice. That's really good.
Investigators have pieced together a shocking history of violence. At age 8, he attacked and killed the.
So yeah, you're sort of inside the newscast, just beating up an endlessly respawning group of enemies.
Old ladies who particularly enjoyed working with children. Between the ages of 11 and 15, he broke out of no less than 8 youth detention facilities.
And sort of the additional difficulty is that the camera's constantly cycling around you and sometimes deliberately gets in your way. Or lets things get in your way, I should say.
Between 16 and 17, he became involved in gangs.
A little bit of story here, too. Nice touch.
Mm-hmm. Although how much of it is true, it's hard to say.
He was also
yeah, it's definitely
Bill O'Reilly.
True.
I want to say that bit about the
rampantly spreading sexual
like person who took him in, his adoptive parents being killed by him. Like there's some extraneous material that either somewhere else in the game or some sort of cut content was going to talk about it was real and they were demons or something.
Oh, I see. Oh, you angered him. You angered him and put him back in boss mode by getting the last word. Yeah, this is reminding me a lot of Arsenal gear.
Yeah.
Kind of the weird setups to the fights and all that, and the design. Yeah, I really like this.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And sometimes he just stops and yells at you for a while. And he doesn't even attack, he just gets mad at you.
That's really good.
Plus you get to beat the shit out of Bill O'Reilly.
This is hard-hitting news, Bob!
I love this fight so much.
and he just started killing people. And he looked me straight in the eye, and at one point, it was just terrifying. He definitely had pedophile eyes.
I saw one girl, like, beg for her life, but, like, he said he was gonna kill her anyway. And then he did. Like, totally.
Just the Barb's World Sexiest Newsroom.
Is involved in the terrorist organization called The Order. I have a message.
It's a totally colored, biased reporting. It's really good.
The whole world is looking for you.
You definitely had pedophile
Every
eyes.
camera, on every street corner, every police force in the country and worldwide. But we will find you. We will destroy you. It's only a matter of time. This is Bob Barbas of the Raptor News Network. Just doing God's work.
I interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news. The terrorist organization responsible for the recent attacks has been located and is being stormed by SWAT teams as I speak.
I do like that they put in story into the newsreader boss fight. It's very appropriate.
Yeah.
2 of the terrorists identified in these images are known to be in the compound.
Bastards.
The 3rd terrorist has been cornered in another part of the city in a separate police raid. Rest assured, those responsible will be brought to justice at any moment, dead or alive. This is Bob Barbas of the Raptor News Network. Just doing God's work.
I'll make sure to read this line. Just in case it wasn't obvious who he was parodying.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, this line's good too, actually. Oops, I didn't want to do that, or that.
Newsflash, the people hate you. I made sure of that.
Breaking news, Bob. You're fired.
Right in his demon nipples.
That is where they're vulnerable. Newsreaders, I mean, not demons. Newsreaders are all vulnerable in the nipples.
Yes, Dante gains the power to pay $32 million to someone, even though he didn't do anything wrong.
You've already lost.
Now that you've got the settlement combo.
So we struck against him to piss him off and try and draw him out. But he manages to strike against us and got to the Order. So now we've got to run back to the Order. Oh wait, let me... Yep. We've got to run back to the Order and go try and rescue them. With sexy results. I also like that everybody just saw Dante shoot him. Like, in the real world, Dante just shot a newsreader on live TV. So, like, he does look like a terrorist.
That is the thing that they would do. That a terrorist would do.
And this area is to encourage you to use your new weapon, which of course strikes in wide arcs. Because from that dude we would have gotten the angel weapon, Eric's, the shuriken things that he throws out everywhere. I don't know why you get those from defeating a demon, but we'll just ignore that.
Because Bill O'Reilly's an angel. How dare you? Actually, I guess, I mean, he is a demon, but he, like, pretending to do God's work is his whole thing. Maybe that's why.
I mean, he's doing God's work. It's just they didn't say which God.
Doing a God's work.
He's doing a God's work, isn't his catchphrase? There is one of his background quotes in his level. He does end it with just doing Mundus's work. Oh, and this is where Mr. Sawblade gets introduced.
Fuck, not really.
Oh, dang it, he was doing his combo.
Oh yeah, crutch face.
Yep.
It was a rejected Batman villain.
No, it's just a design reused from Zone of the Enders.
Oh yeah. Cockpit equals dong.
Breaking in from Limbo too.
This is kind of a neat level because we get to see, like, sort of partially formed Limbo. We're sort of halfway still in the real world because it seems like it's still forming as the enemy is still breaking into the compound.
Where are you guys?
Nice.
It's sort of a subtle thing that they don't explicitly say, but that's definitely an indication because it looks a lot more real-worldy.
Can you damn.
Dante is so mildly annoyed that this dude dies.
Where are you? The graffiti.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Just keeping them out. Nice work, Cat. Hey! Over here, Saw Boy!
So you may not have, like, fuck nuts, but at least it's better than Sawboy. Oh, nice. If you charge up a level 2 uppercut, you can juggle these guys, and as long as they're juggled, they stay juggled, although there's your shuriken weapons can't keep them juggled. But you can just keep juggling them until they're dead. Which is definitely the easiest way to kill them, because you don't have to fight them at all.
Right. I see.
These two guys together is actually a pretty difficult fight if you don't deal with one of them real fast. Because once they get going, they can both cover... If the big guy gets enraged while the other dude is still up, they can cover each other's backs really well, just sort of incidentally. I guess I should add something... It's something that's a mechanic that's been in every Devil May Cry game, but is really, really heavily handed here. Is the thing where enemies off-screen don't want to attack you.
Right.
That's always been true to some extent, but in this game they really don't. Like outside of like the bird enemies, and basically outside of the flying enemies, they just straight won't attack you if they're off screen, and they won't even try and get on screen. So it's definitely very easy to sort of knock someone into a corner and then just look at the corner.
That's right, Cat.
And everybody else just sort of kung fu extra around the edges. during this one. That's fine. Thanks, game. DmC keeps up its tradition of treating its female characters very well. Actually, I'm not exactly crazy about it. I mean, to be fair, that's the bad guy saying that.
Kind of reminds me of that video they made for Arkham City, where like all these characters saying that bitch, you know, like about it. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay.
This song is excellent, by the way. My teenage dream says that he likes the idea that we're DMCing in some abandoned Call of Duty level. Oh, I guess the second and third hits of that don't cancel your move. That fight lasts a while. There we go.
Cat, are you here?
I forget which one of these ways is which. You can choose to go two ways here. One of them has the key, and one of them has a secret door.
Get out! The place is overrun.
But I guess this isn't the way with the key.
Damn it! Can anybody hear me? Shit. This place is infested. I hope Cat's okay. Great.
Let's see if I can find a little... Oh, here's the door.
I like the idea of Dante being like, can anybody hear me? And then like it should cut to like Cat and Virgil, and in the background you hear just the sound like Thunderstorm, just really muffled in the background. I think Dante's here to help us.
Either Dante's here to help us, or Phil's doing his sound effects again.
It's the demon of sound effects.
Why can't I... That was weird, I couldn't grapple that dude. Every time I'd try and start, I would just sort of stop the grapple animation. There's a ton of little glitches like that, like I've said. Just tiny little ways the game doesn't work right, but don't matter because you win anyway.
But yeah, while they're listening to all that noise, Cat's like, do you think Dante's okay? And then just you hear Virgil like listening and you hear like, come on, fuck nut. It's like, yeah, I think he's alright.
Oh, I guess I didn't look in the right spot, but
Fuck you, piece of shit! Where is she?
Well, I guess we watched this little... there's a few rooms you can look into where there's just dudes sort of at the whatever sort of computer servers these things are, and they're just sort of like desperately, like kind of calmly fiddling with them actually. Like, I guess we should, you know, I know we're being invaded, but let's fiddle around with this computer thing for a while. But since nothing actually happens and I just end up standing there, and there's like always one dude who's just sort of talking to the other, it looks like they don't really know what they're doing. They're just like, I don't know, it's a computer. There's the on button. Or save as.
Oh, and Dream says, does it make me a bad person? I want to play this game so bad now. Nope, I feel it too. I think after done with the stream, I think I might actually pick it up and play it.
This dude,
Go ahead.
Sorry, this dude is glitched out. It's not as bad as sometimes, but he's supposed to not have his saw blades, and he does. He has like 2 saw blades. You can see the effects sort of doubled there. Sometimes instead he loses his saw blades, but the game doesn't think he has, and he just sort of swings at you with nothing.
Nice.
That's always really fun, because I don't think he can lose them at that point, so he'll be much less vulnerable. But yeah, this game's super fun. I don't know if it comes through, but like, just playing it, even aside from the story, it feels really fun and smooth to play. It's very fun to hit things.
Yeah.
No, he's probably in the server room, the Octagon, but he might be trapped in limbo.
How do we get to him?
I don't know, I'm stuck in here.
Is there something I can do from limbo to break you out? Think!
Actually, speaking of replayability, the next section is,
I'll guide you.
Well, this next level is kind of a bummer on a replay, for some pretty obvious reasons. It kind of shows where their desire to have a narrative intersects with their desire to have a very fun, fast-paced, replayable Devil May Cry game.
I think there's an old tunnel through here. Maybe we can get out that way.
Uh-oh, there might be some corn hands going on over here.
They're breaking in.
I've got an idea.
I'm stuck in limbo. I can't stop them from here.
Yes, you can. I spray, you bring the
So,
roof down.
for the next few minutes, the game is a walking simulator.
There, now pull it.
With a couple of quick time events.
Yay!
Yeah. It's really neat the first time through, because this is like, actually like a really,
Same again.
like you've been playing an action game and suddenly you're doing this. And you're sort of escorting her through and like interacting with the real world.
Yeah. Come on.
Because, you know, she can put the magic spray paint on so that we can grab something with our grapple hook.
Oh yeah. That is neat.
And it's
Hello,
really...
I am Boots, and I've invaded your game.
oh, hey Toast.
No. No.
Do you know where this goes?
You're here just in time for the walking simulator.
Like the back of my hand.
Ooh.
You actually have no way of moving
It's
faster.
the artsy part of the game.
You can't do any of your moves and you're stuck at walking, but if you jump, you can go faster. So the speedrun strat for this area is to bunny hop around
Come on.
as much as you can.
Ooh. Also, you're made of water.
Yeah, it's because I'm in limbo. And we're
stuck in a demon dimension.
We're viewing the real world. And this is one thing I want to note, and it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I think it's really neat how boring this area is. Because, like, there's the couple places we're in the real world, like, they look so boring compared to the very vivid limbo area, and I think that sort of gets across how dreary the real world is in comparison.
I don't think he saw you.
But it also makes it makes limbo look that much more crazy and vibrant and weird.
Cat, stay
Right.
very still.
Boots, you missed when Frank beat up Bill O'Reilly in this game.
You missed me beat up Bill O'Reilly.
He's gone.
I've
Let's go.
How far into the game are you? I think I played. That, like, I really enjoyed the 3 missions that I played of it, and then just forgot about it.
I mean, there are
I
20
played a bit of this
missions,
game.
and I think this is mission, like, 10?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, this is like mission 10 or 11, yeah. Ooh, I'm in.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt anything, but I've gotta say I've been surprised at how much I like this story. It actually is interesting, like compelling.
Yeah, it's not like completely standard. It sort of It's sort of this weird, like, crime drama, almost. It follows the beats of, like, a crime drama. Except they're all demons.
Get out of sight! He's running! No! Quick! Get in that room and hide!
It's season 4 of Fargo.
Is that up to 4 seasons? Damn. I haven't even seen the first one.
There's 3.
Okay. Oh, it is. I get what you're saying now. That would have made more sense if I watched Fargo.
What are you doing? Stay here.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
It doesn't. I've just finished season 2. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm meaning to watch it.
I've got to go. I've got you, motherfucker.
You can wait at this prompt for a while, and he sort of walks up, awkwardly points it, and the game's like, "Oh, you're not gonna do the thing yet?" And then he's like, "I'm calling it in. Here's the girl." And then it waits for a while longer, and then it's like, "Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna shoot her," and you do eventually get a game over. That's like very cheaply animated because they're like, "Why would you do this?" But you can do it. You can wait there until he shoots her. If you really want to. And it's this very abrupt, like, pew, and like a weird fall over animation that someone did in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This isn't creepy, is it? Just standing here while she does that?
No, that's fine.
Oh, and this is Virgil's literal throne room because he's a complete nerd. Literally. Like,
great visual there. He's standing inside.
Like, it's a really great visual. The throne is, like, really great, but, like, also it's, like... It's really cool when you first walk in, and then you think, like, so did he have a custom dude come in and make this chair for him? Like... in the middle of a terrorist compound? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need this fucking sick-ass chair.
No, maybe he found it when he was like on a mission or something. He was like, I could make chairs out of these angel statues.
Either somewhere, maybe later on, we do find out that he was adopted by a very rich family, and that's why he's got the aesthetic he does. And like, so he lived real rich and well off, and he didn't. And then later on, he found out he was a demon, or part demon, part angel, I should say.
If you end up back in that room again, I want to take a look at the legs on those angels because they look really strange.
I can't go back in that room anymore, sorry. That door's locked now.
Way to go, Booze.
Myself, and just to get to this point. Check out the gams on this chair angel.
Oh, and there is one criticism I haven't mentioned yet, but it's literally the worst thing about this game, is that there's no taunt button.
You're still alive. Is there a
Which,
way out of
there's no what?
There's no taunt
There's
button.
an emergency gate. I'll take you there.
Oh, there isn't.
No.
Oh, that is.
It sounded a bit like you said there's no tulpa.
There's no tulpa.
Sensitive data here. We cannot let them get their hands on it. What does it matter?
There actually are I would say that this game has tulpas.
If they get their hands on that data,
no, just like
everything that I've worked
the way
for
that
will
the
be for nothing.
imaginary limbo world works kind of feels tulpy.
Armed
But
self-destruct. I can't do it from limbo.
It's more like it's season 4 at Twin Peaks. Then.
it is, yes.
The demons are breaking in.
I haven't seen that yet though.
We don't have time for this.
Then make time, Dante. Shit, Cat, do it now. This won't take long, Cat. I'll help you.
So yeah, there's no taunt button. If you hit select, that is the item menu. It's kind of neat to have a shortcut to the item menu for people who use items,
How long do you guys need?
which
Not
isn't
long. A couple of
anyone
minutes.
worthwhile. Things are lame. Anyway, so what I just talked over is that we're here. We rescued Virgil from his little trap, but he's trying to pull out a bunch of valuable data. I think both data that, like, helps, like, all the data he mentioned before where they have, like, dirt on all the demon or demon-associated politicians and, like, popular culture people and all that stuff. The rich, powerful, and demonic. And presumably also the fact that Virgil exists and is a Nephilim, because, as far as Mundus knows, Dante's the only son of Sparta. And Virgil is still a secret. And so we have to protect him while Cat, I guess, pulls out all that data. Because Virgil's also in limbo. Also in limbo. Where'd you go? There you are. And yeah, while the SWAT team is attempting to break in through in the real world, the Saw Blade guy is attempting to break through in Limbo. And in order to make up for the fact that the entire first half of the level is just walking and no combat, this entire second half level is just a big arena.
Hey, Dante!
And this is also where we would get the shotgun the first time.
Might help.
Great.
Because defeating those last couple of things with the pistol, you just barely had enough time. So, when they give you the shotgun, you feel really grateful that you can kill these things quickly now.
How are you guys doing?
2 more minutes, Dante.
Virgil, I can keep the demons off your back for as long as you need, but I can't protect Cat from the fence. Step on it!
Understood. 2 minutes.
You have to wait a second for the next wave to start, just to give you a cooler period. Also, here's some proof that Ninja Theory knew exactly how powerful you could... that you could just jump forever really easily. Is that you can get up here, and oh, I guess I picked it up already, but the first time you get up here, there's like a healing item, just sort of sitting up here. Unfortunately, you can't jump down. It doesn't let you jump down into where Virgil is. You just sort of slide off. Oh, he's stuck! Oh, maybe he's not stuck. Oh, he jumped out. Whoa, I almost just walked off. Oh, he killed him. I didn't actually kill that man. The other dude doing a belly flop killed him. But yeah, this is probably the longest uninterrupted combat sequence in the game. So I think they knew that like the first half of this level would be a little obnoxious on repeated playthroughs. And just sort of gave you this big fun arena. With a couple pretty good, interesting, I should say, enemy patterns. Oh, she didn't teleport in time, she died of fall.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're making him up for it. It's like, we gotta do this for the story thing, so, you know.
Yeah.
Let's give him a little something, something.
I always forget that doesn't interrupt him. I think I've got one more phase after this, but I don't know because which enemies you fight in each thing are different depending on your difficulty, so I'm not totally sure.
man, how did I miss? I haven't been looking at chat, and I missed all the Virgil puns that Mantra's made.
Yeah, do keep me updated on chat. I try and read it when I can.
Well, after you said about, like, you know, the data being about, like, Virgil existing and doing that, she said, it's gotta keep your virgility a secret. She said, it's such a shame to be over 30 and still a Virgil. They might even make him into a Virgil sacrifice.
Okay, that one's bad, actually.
Yep. I like it. I love it. Good job. And she doesn't make any other Virgil puns after that. I guess she was finished?
Let
me guess.
That was coordinated grunting.
A lot of ellipses thrown at me here.
It's just, can we get like a reaction gif of that scene of Dante where it just zooms in on his face? He has nothing to say.
I really wish that were something I could, put in there. And make an animated emote.
Come on, Virgil! It's done.
There we go.
This doesn't look good. I'm a devil now.
This doesn't look good. Oh wait, I have an entire easy mode meter built up.
Wait. What? What about Kat?
There's no way out in the real world.
No, we can't help her. Let's go.
We can't just leave her. Think, Dante. We're in limbo. She's in the real world. This place is gonna blow any minute.
He's right.
There's nothing we can do. Let's go.
Go ahead, I'll be right behind you.
Dante!
Give me a second! Okay, listen to me. We don't have much time. Get down on your knees. Put your hands up. Do not fight back.
I'm scared. What will they do to me?
All you need to do is hold on for as long as you can. I will come back for you.
Cops are bastards.
Oh no.
Come on, Dante. This isn't over yet.
Sad face. Let's see. What level are we on right now? We're on 13. Do you guys want to call it there, or do you want me to do a couple? If I do one more mission, I'm going to do 2 more.
We can call it there. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, but Kat got shot. That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I think it is kind of a uniquely sweet way, like, to show caring for people, to describe to them how to surrender to the police. It's a very this Dante thing to do, also.
Yeah, they also did a good. I thought it was done well. Of like, he's in limbo, she's in the real world, so it's like there's like kind of a there but not there. It was done well. I mean, it was sad, but it was done well. Also, I thought that it was kind of setting up the whole thing about, like, you know, and if this changes, no spoilers, but I thought it was setting up the whole thing about, like, okay, she's gonna get captured, and then he's gonna do a mission to come back for her, and then she just gets shot. It's like, oh, well, fuck. So that was a nice turn, I thought. Not nice, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, the next couple levels, the next level in particular is actually my favorite level, so that'll be what we come back to. There aren't as many extras in this game. Yeah, I think just for reference, there is a whole sort of DLC campaign that is Virgil. You can play as Virgil in this one, but unlike any other games, he gets his own set of 5 levels instead of going through Dante's levels. And I don't know that I'll be playing it. I think he's a really cool character. I just barely know him, and I haven't really played them yet. I never really played them all that much to begin with. But I might go through them. I know that I went through them at least once. There's barely any story in them, so like you're not missing a whole lot. And all 5 levels are just sort of generically Limbo-esque. So like in terms of story and atmosphere, there's not a whole lot there. In terms of mechanics, he's actually a very interesting character, and probably he's got a lot more depth to him than Dante, and he's a lot more like classic DmC than Dante is. But in terms of watching it, I don't think it would be that interesting to watch. So I'm probably gonna skip it.
Okay.
But I might show it a little bit. I don't know. But for now, thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Franks for Dante.
And do you guys know when you're gonna be? God, I don't even know when we do this next. I'm gonna be probably busy. I'm potentially around Sunday night if you guys are.
That's a possibility. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss it.
We'll probably either do this Sunday or like. No, Tuesday won't work for me. Shit, either next Sunday or next Thursday, honestly, would be the times I'm available. So we will finish it off then.
And at some point, since Toast was so nice to give me the new Bubsy,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be streaming the new Bubsy at some point.
Yeah, can I tell a quick story about why I bought that? Like how I bought that?
I'll allow it.
So, I mean, it's just a scenario. So, I think on one stream, Portek discussed it. It's like, yeah, the new Bubsy game, I really want to stream that, but it's like $30, and on sale it's $20. But even then, that's not much of a... Like, that's a bit too much for a joke. And so, like, this past Sunday night, I was like, hey, guess what? You don't have to worry about that, because I bought it for you. There's the joke.
The joke is that I'm spending
too much
money.
for a joke for you.
Now you got no excuse, asshole. But also, I think Sonic Forces recently came out, which is the Sonic game where you customize your own Sonic
Hey, good news. I've heard it's very story-based.
Twiddling, shaking my fingers in delight. So yeah, there is a...
Also, literally every... I went and looked through like a quick roundup of reviews, and literally every single review summary said, this isn't Sonic Mania. Like, literally every single one of them mentioned Sonic Mania. And it's really embarrassing.
So yeah, there's someday in the far-flung future, we might have like a dumbass like mascot night or something. So anyone who's a fan of Arrow the Acrobat or Clockwork Knight or Awesome Possum, fucking buckle up.
I was not a fan of Awesome Possum.
But he kicks Dr. Machino's butt.
And he doesn't shut up.
Doesn't shut the fuck up either. I'll see if I can find my copy of Gex, PlayStation Gex. We'll see if I can get
God. I played Gex on the 3DO. That's what happened in my life.
I played there was a Gex, I think it was just Gex 3D for PC. And the only thing I remember of that is that like there was a 1 in 3 chance every time you did a tail attack where he'd say, "Now that's what I call getting some tail."
Yeah, and he says that.
Oh, that's a good line though.
It's a good line.
A great line.
Good line to hear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how good it is.
Yeah, that's really
what I'm saying, man.
Wasn't it like Daryl Hannah who voiced Gex or someone?
No, it was Dana Gould.
Dana Gould, that's what I'm sure.
Daryl Hannah is a completely different person.
I'm gonna cut the stream.
That would have been amazing, though. Could we get Daryl Hannah?
Wait, that was Dana Gould?
I'm gonna cut the stream before we just keep talking about it. They're just gonna keep talking. I'll just whisper to you guys. I'm gonna cut the stream.
Speaking of Dana Gould, watch...
Here we go. Here's the button. Frank's